all you rock stars, what's going on? We was just getting out the house for a second on this hot Saturday. It's already 102 degrees and it is not. It's right at 2 o'clock or 2:15. It is just insane. It's so hot. We were getting out because we had a few errands to run because we have a birthday party we're going on later on. But I hope y'all are in the cool. We got the AC going because it's just super hot. But we were out running to Walmart, which is like, you know, wildlife in itself, wildlife 101. If you want to see the wildest, if you want to see what the lowest form of human existence acts like in 102-degree heat, and you want to see it on display, go to a Walmart. Go to your local Walmart. You'll see more than you care to see. But anyway, me and Kendra were at Walmart picking up a few things, and we were on our way out. On our way in, we saw this woman with a very interesting shirt on, and as soon as I saw it, I immediately rebuked it in the name of Jesus, because it was an awful thing she was saying about herself, and it was an awful thing to proclaim to the world. So I had to rebuke that shirt, and I'm not even going to tell you what it said because it was somewhat obscene. But anyway, outside of that, we were in a checkout line and we'd be ready to check out, and there was a lady on the side of us with her grandson, and her grandson was standing in the center of the aisle and I couldn't pass him. So I said, oh, excuse me, baby. And he started moving out the way. She heard me say, excuse me, baby. And he started inching, and he was just inching by degrees out the way. He was not moving. So I said it again, excuse me, baby. And he was looking at me, and he was dragging his feet like, I don't want to move. I like where I am. I was playing with this food and all of this stuff, and I don't want to move. So he's inching by degrees, and Grandma not saying nothing. And so I got up on him with the cart. Cute little boy. He looked like he was probably like 5-ish, 6-ish. Old enough to know when a elder is talking to him to move. But he was just inching by degrees because he had decided that was not what he wanted to do. I don't want to move. I want you to go around me. I don't want to move. And he was being stubborn. You know, cute little boy, earrings in his ears, cute little haircut, just as cute, but being rebellious. Twice an elder spoke and said, excuse me, move. That meant move. Finally, his grandmama, young grandmama, came, snatched him, popped him in the back of the head, and made him move. I told you to move. What's that about? Well, what's that about? I say young grandmama, and the reason I say young grandmama is we checked out, they were right behind us. This same little boy, we were coming out, and I guess we came out about the same time, and young grandmama was walking to the car. We were already in the car, and young grandmama was walking to her car, and she was almost to the car, but grandbaby was nowhere to be found. And I looked and I was like, is he already in the car? Well, no, grandbaby was behind her, far away, far enough for somebody to reach and snatch him, far enough for him to get hit, far enough for anything to happen to him. And in grandbaby's hand was his own container of mini cupcakes. What? Okay, first of all, he's rebellious in the store. An elder is speaking to him and telling him to do something he had every inclination to do. There was nothing wrong with his hands, feet, and legs. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with any of it. And you correct him by giving him mini cupcakes? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Is this millennium grandchildren raising, or Because I don't know. I just call it millennium grandchildren, grandparent raising grandkids. I don't know. But I just know I'm old school. And when an elder speaks to you, you move. And if you were raised like I was raised, where I was raised, they only had to tell you one time. And it was yes sir, no ma'am. And you moved. Whatever they asked you to do, you did it. Elders in my day didn't raise their voice. They didn't scream, they didn't holler, they didn't reward bad behavior, and they didn't tell you to do something that they knew you could not do. They didn't set you up for failure like that. What they told you to do, you could do, and you did it ASAP. You didn't do it if you wanted to do it. You didn't do it if you thought about it and you decided, well, I don't want to do it. You didn't have any of those options. They told you one time. It was not a suggestion. It was a command, and you moved. Now, I'm military. My dad is a retired master sergeant in the Air Force. So you could say, you know, I'm more attuned to commands and I'm more attuned to respecting the elderly or what have you. But that was when I was raised, when I was young. It didn't matter if your parents were military or not. We were all raised like that. When an elder told you to do something that you could do, you moved to do it right then, ASAP. So there was not this thinking about, you know, whether or not I don't know, I'm just ranting, I guess. I just am not used to this kind of, I don't have any grandkids of my own, but I know enough to know right from wrong, and I understand that everybody wasn't raised the way I was raised, but they needed to be. They needed to be, because it just goes all over me. It goes all over me. All of those things it's just signs of rebellion. The earrings in the ears, the cupcakes, rewarding bad behavior, that's signs of rebellion. Where is this 5 or 6 year old boy gonna be in 10 years? If that's allowed, if he's allowed to usurp authority, and I mean, that's simple stuff. Those things were simple. Move out the way is extremely simple. If your feet work, you can move. And the fact that he didn't is not gonna bode well in 5 more years. Forget 10, 5 more years. What is he like? What's he like in school? What is he gonna be like this school year? And what is he gonna be like 5 years from now in school? What is that gonna look like? You need to snatch him up right now, and he needs to learn to respect authority. But you can bring him over Grandma Chris' house, and she will gather his life. Trust me, she will gather his life. I can't stand it. I can't stand you know, our children have the tendency, our children have folly bound up in them. I did, my daughter did, everybody I know did, but you have to still correct them. I don't look at him and blame him. But he was a sweet, he's a cute little boy, and I'm concerned for his future. That's not gonna work. The world is not gonna put up with that. They're going to reward his bad behavior. They're going to. That's simple. But 5 years from now, it's not going to be as simple. But the time to correct it is now. Now you don't reach and correct nobody else's kid, but I just want people to start thinking. I want them to start thinking. That's simple. And it disturbs me when I see it, because it's so easy to correct. It's so easy to correct. But it speaks of her authority in his life, that he never moved, and he needed to move. I pray for her, and I pray for him. I don't know what the situation is for either one of them, but I know, you know, when an elder speaks to you, you move. That's just how I was raised, y'all. Oof. Oof. Y'all have a good weekend.